Hello everyone, I'm your wonderful host Fontamin, and welcome to Cold Waters by Killerfish Games. This is a submarine game, which is going to be a new and exciting field of, well, just probably comedy screw-ups for me, but someone in my comments recommended I go play this, and you know what, I looked at it and thought, you know what? I haven't played a submarine game in ever, so actually, well yeah, I haven't played one ever in my recollection. I like to think that I ran across Silent Hunter once or twice, but I don't actually think I've ever actually played a game centered around a submarine, and certainly not a simulator like this game seems to be. But I need to get back to doing things for the channel on a whim, so I thought, you know what? This game looks competent, it looks like fun, and, well, I'm a military nerd, and I may not be the most knowledgeable person about submarines, but hey, I've seen down Periscope, I know how to command a nuclear submarine, I can handle this command. So, let's get to training, and then we'll work our way through, shall we? Okay. So, well, there are 7 training missions. Basic torpedoes, wire-guided torpedoes, missiles, navigation, target motion analysis, sensors and mast, and tactics and damage. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of a thing, isn't it? But, well, we'll work through it one by one, and then maybe we'll be a competent submarine captain by the end of it, huh? That's what the training's for, right? Right? Alright. So we're gonna start with basic torpedoes, which is good. They start right in the action. We get to shoot things in the first tutorial. Yay! Use Shift F1 to open your training panel, or if the panel is already open, Shift F1 opens help on the page deemed the most relevant, or deemed most relevant. Perform a basic torpedo attack against a stationary target. Things to practice: camera controls, using the periscope, introduction to the tactical map, and firing torpedoes. Alright, let's begin. You have been automatically assigned a Sturgeon-class submarine for this mission. Okay. Sublant. Commander Thomas Chesterton. Info, Cincinnati FTL. Subject, new command assignment. Effective immediately, you are hereby assigned command of Sturgeon-class submarine, USS Lapon, SSN 661. Congratulations and good luck in your new command. Now, from what I could actually tell, the submarine names are actually randomly generated, so this is another fun thing we're gonna see here. But, well, we'll see about that when we get to the campaign. But, let's begin. Alright. Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 0. Designate Sierra 1. EXO reports our depth of 45 feet, our heading is 0, and our speed is 0. Local conditions: clear, light breeze, moderate surface duct. I have no idea what that means. Somebody please inform me what the hell what that means. My EXO is kind of looking at me blankly. And a moderate thermal layer of 150 feet. I'm assuming that has something to do with heat above, or rather heat haze above the water. Someone who knows anything about actual Navy lingo here for these sorts of things can actually inform me in my comments, because I have absolutely no idea what this means, and I have no idea where to actually look it up. So, hit me. I'm new in this field. I've never commanded an underwater boat before. My orders for you. Let's see here. At the beginning of any mission, you are presented with this screen, showing your vessel's current state and local conditions. Closed 2. Disabled for training purposes. In actual combat, can be used to close in and start combat at about the range indicated. Left click on the range value to change it. However, this is not always successful, and your starting range might already be below the minimum range, or you may be detected by the enemy when closing. Okay, so that's basically like auto attack, more or less, or rather just sneak in closer so we can just torpedo them right in the ass. Is best used to start combat at long range for missile attacks, or shorter range for torpedo attacks. Okay, alright. Also, we can launch cruise missiles at people, so there's also that. We are not limited to just torpedoes. We are a modern nuclear submarine in the American Navy. We can, in fact, launch tomahawks at motherfuckers. So let's see here. EXO status report. Displays your vessel's weapon loadout, weapon stores, and damage control. Here you can change your loadout for the mission, to be discussed later in Training Mission 4. More on that later. Would you like to know more? All hands man battle stations begins the mission. When ready, left-click all hands main battle stations to enter the mission. Alright. All men, stop fucking about and get to your posts. Okay. And here we are in the game. See, we can maneuver the camera around, and this is evidently what the tutorial is going to teach us. So let's skip ahead of the tutorial really quickly and just start dicking around with the camera. Yes, we are a nuclear submarine, and we will go hunting things. However, it doesn't seem like there's anything around. Okay. It's time to begin combat training. Remember to use Shift F1 to reopen this training panel, or if the panel is already open, Shift F1 will open help. Opening help during combat pauses combat. And hides this panel. Okay. Use the arrow keys, arrow forward and arrow back, in the title bar to navigate the tutorial forward and back. Instructions in italics are optional. Okay. Click forward in the title bar to continue. Okay. Pan the camera. Use mouse 1, or left arrow, right arrow, up arrow, and down arrow. The camera can move above and below the water. Right? And also, it's mouse 2. So I'm right-clicking. That's mouse 2, video game. Camera bearing indicator. In the upper middle of the screen displays true bearing. Direction. Camera is facing... Well, true direction the camera is facing. 0 is north, 90 is east, 180 is south, and 720 is... Well, 270 is west. Okay, so this is dead north. Alright? Zoom in with mouse wheel or equal or minus. Okay. Right. We have a very, very, very robust propeller shaft here. In, out, in, out, in, out. The following commands cycle the camera through different objects. F1, player submarine. F2, current contact. F3, torpedoes and missiles. Oh, good, so we get to watch everything get exploded in, well, in very real-time close-ups. And F4 for aircraft. Okay. Try using F1, F2, and F4 now. No weapons have been fired yet. Note that the target ship is not visible. If the exact position of a contact is not known, it is not displayed in the world. Okay, alright, so it's World of Tank spotting. Ah! We will reveal the ship with a periscope during the next step. Use F4 to freeze the camera, and back quote, and then use back quote again to return to following. Okay. Oh, okay, so we get to lock the camera in place. Oh. Bear, what are you doing here? I'm trying to command a nuclear submarine. Get out. Shifty toggles the event camera on and off as indicated by the icon at upper right. The event camera will automatically focus on events of interest such as weapons firing and impacting. Okay, well, we'll turn that on. Right, okay, right up there. Okay, so next. When ready, return the camera to submarine with F1. Right, well, we never left. Press 0 to raise your periscope. Once raised and ready to use, an icon appears in the upper right. Use P to enter the periscope view. Periscope view can be panned around with right click and dragging or using the left and right arrow. Okay, so up periscope, or rather down periscope, one of the two. Okay, oh, alright. So, right, so P, right. The controls are kind of backwards because I'm panning. You can see the mouse on screen. I'm panning one direction. It's going the other way. That's weird. But there's our Russian. There's our quote on. Actually, no, it is marked. It's got a Russian flag on it. Our target for the day, Russian shipping. Okay. All right. Right. We found the target. Move on. Right. Press Shift F1 to learn more about using the periscope. Now, to learn more about using the periscope. Oh, okay. This is help. Okay. Alright, periscope. Right, once fully raised, use P to enter and leave the periscope view. When the periscope view, mouse wheel, or equal minus can be used to change magnification. The periscope view be panned with right click. Yeah, okay. Low light vision can be targeted off with O. Okay, so we have night vision in our periscopes. Very advanced. Placing a target crosshair and using I... Placing a target crosshair and using I will laser range find. We'll use laser ranging to accurately determine the range, providing a massive target solution boost, and will automatically classify the target. This term is marking a contact. Laser range finding can also be used to map nearby ice, which will be plotted on your tactical map. Okay, so it's basically you hit I to spot things. Okay. Okay. The periscope mast also contains an ECM receiver, which detects the strength but not the direction of enemy radar transmissions. This sensor's purpose is to alert you to enemy radar signals that might detect your raised periscope mast. If you see a strong ESM readings while using the periscope, best lower it as soon as possible to avoid detection. Use 0 to lower your periscope. Okay, so good. It's just we just kind of look around really quickly before anyone sees us. ECM mast. Use 9 to raise your ECM mast. This passive sensor detects radar signals, providing a measure of both their strength and originating bearing, shown in purple, as purple lines on the map. Detecting a contact by ECM provides a small boost to targeting solution. Use 9 to lower your ECM mast. Okay, so, alright, radar mast. Use 8 to use the radar mast. I'm assuming that this gives us the best, best signature, but also it exposes us to literally everyone in the general area. Radar uses radio transmissions to accurately and continuously range targets, which provide a massive boost to target solution. However, your outgoing radar signals traveling long distances are readily detectable by enemy ECM. Use 8 to lower your radar mast. Okay, yeah, okay, so I suppose it's our levels of exposure. Sensor icons. As you use the various sensors of your submarine, status icons are displayed in the upper right to notify you which sensors are being used. Active sonar, periscope, ECM mast, and radar mast. Okay. Sensor icon description. Active sonar. Your submarine is currently using active sonar. We're currently pinging the ever-loving shit out of the place. Radar mast. Your submarine's radar mast is currently raised. ECM mast. Your submarine's ECM mast is currently raised. Periscope. Okay, we get it. Remember, using active sonar generates loud pings of sound and raising your radar mast broadcasts radio transmissions, both of which can quickly give your position away. In addition, masts which are raised about the water surface can be detected by enemy radar. Okay, so this is going to be very, very touchy here with finding targets and then shooting the ever-loving shit out of them. This is the most dangerous game. Alright, well, let's get back to the actual tutorial here. Right. Okay, so we use I to mark the target with laser range finding. Right. Con sonar. Contact master 1 is classified as alligator. Right. Wally Gator. Alright, fine. Alright. I'm assuming we go next now. Right. Tactical mini-map. Use left-click mini-map to drag it. Okay, left-click. Right. Okay, right. Right, zoom map with the mouse wheel. Right. Center map with backslash. We'll position your submarine in the center of the map. Shift backslash locks it there. Okay, so we'll lock it on follow mode with our sub. Maximize minimap. Tab toggles full screen. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we get a battleship board. Right? Okay, so once again in periscope view. Maximize... Okay, right. Maximize tab, right. Hide map, left click on the upper portion of map to hide restored it. Okay, so just in case we don't want to see literally everything around us, which would be a strange thing. Okay, left click on your submarine icon moves your camera to submarine. Left click on the icon, clicks it. Okay, so if I click on it, well, I can't do it in periscope view apparently. Right, okay, right. That centers it on Wally Gator over here and his nondescript Urals. And, oh wait, no, there are BDRs up on that bitch. We gotta sync that. And down to the sturgeon, which has not been spotted, of course, because what are a bunch of drunk Russian merchants gonna do to us? Okay, shift F1 to learn more about the tactical map, then press P to leave the periscope view if you have not already done so. What is the tactical map? Tactical map. An associated mini-map provides an overview of the battle based on your submarine's sensor data. This data is crucial to maintain situal awareness and stay in control of the battle as it unfolds. In addition, the tactical map is linked to your submarine's weapon systems to provide targeting information using the map. Note that when using the mini-map, mouse pointer must be over it, and in order to use pan zoom. Okay, pan zoom, left click. We already did this. Okay. The grid scale of the tactical map shows in the upper right corner when in full screen mode. Icons displayed on the map are as follows and are described in further detail below. Contact. Contact course unknown. Contact sunk. Weapon waypoint. Weapon lead indicator. Torpedo. Noisemaker. Knuckle. What's that? Active sonar buoy. Sonar buoy. Ice. Mines. Port. Deployment zone. Map boundary. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Sweet Jesus. Okay. This is a very reedy game. The map displays your submarine position and a trail, which are always 100% accurate. Left click on your submarine will move the camera to it. Contacts are displayed based on their current targeting solution, namely how accurately their speed and speed, course, and range have been determined. The better the solution, closer to 100, the more accurate the displayed information of that contact. Okay, all right. So we have to keep track of them in order to get accurate information. Okay. Once course is known, the icon will change so it displays that course. And once the solution is at a high enough level of confidence, the contact will be updated more frequently on the map, as well as have a trail showing where it has traveled. The process of building up information about a contact is termed target motion analysis, and is explained more in detail below. There's a tutorial for this. So, okay, so basically, in order to actually accurately track a target, we basically have to observe it before we, well, blow it out of the water. Then we get to know where it came from, where it's going, and where to aim our weapons best in order to hit the damn thing. Okay, fine. Left click on a contact will either select the contact. If already selected, move the camera to that contact. Torpedoes! If your sensors can detect a torpedo, it will be displayed on the map along with its trail. Player-fired torpedoes on a wire or straight-running torpedoes are always displayed since their position does not require detection by your sensors. Yes, we fired it. We know where it is. Left-click on a torpedo will either select torpedo for weapon guidance, if friendly, and on a wire, or move the camera to that torpedo. Okay, so we can actually... Oh, okay, all right. So if I'm assuming we basically laser designate our torpedoes when we fire them, or rather, the guided ones. We have dumbfire ones for this mission. Weapon waypoints. When firing a waypoint must be sent. Simply right-click to place the waypoint at the current mouse position over the map. To edit a waypoint, left-click to pick it up, and right-click to place it at the current mouse position. Okay, so left-click and right-click. Only weapons on an active wire may have their weapon edited if they have not yet reached their waypoint and become activated. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we can, well, obviously we can't edit the dumbfire missiles, or rather the dumbfire torpedoes. Weapon lead indicator. When firing torpedoes, a lead indicator appears in front of the target to show the intercept point for that weapon. This can be used to assist with setting your waypoint. A lead indicator is only shown if the target solution is at maximum. So yes, we need to get the best lead indicator in order to get we need to get the best targeting solution in order to get the lead indicator, which is going to be the best for firing dumbfire torpedoes at it, I assume. Wire guided, we can kind of guess. But, okay, so noisemakers and knuckles. Countermeasures dropped by vessels or disturbances in the water, induced by putting the rudder hard to one side at high speeds. A knuckle. Oh, okay. Alright, so it's basically the wash of a ship. Huh. Okay. Are also indicated by the tactical map. These interfere with torpedo homing. Right. That's interesting. But it also may give a ship away in that case. Ha ha ha. I'm seeing through the system now. Kind of. As I read through piles and piles of paperwork before I actually get to shoot anything. Well, welcome to the army. Active sonar pings that your submarine can hear are displayed as a line from your submarine. In a direction... in the direction the ping was heard from. Such pings from other vessels or active sonar buoys dropped by aircraft are displayed in yellow. Pings from terminal homing active torpedoes, friendly or enemy, are displayed in red. Whenever your ECM mass is extended, radar emissions from vessels or aircraft are displayed in a similar way to indicate directions of the emitting source. These indicators are shown in purple. Well, I suppose there'll be tutorials for this shit. Alright, so you know what? Ice and mines. Aircraft missiles. Airborne targets are not shown on the tactical maps. Okay, so we can't see fucking planes. Ice and mines. As ice and mines are detected by your high-frequency navigation sonar, they are mapped into the tactical map. Ice may also be mapped by marking it with a periscope. See sensor and periscope sections for more information. Port. Shows the location to port. Deployment zone. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. You know what? Let's actually get to shooting, because I've been going around reading menus for 20 minutes. We'll get to this all eventually, and if it wasn't in the tutorial missions in an active sense, well, then they made bad tutorials. But okay, let's see here. Right. Next. Firing a torpedo. Exactly what I wanted to see. I may be bloodthirsty, but well, we need to win a war here. Use Shift E to turn the event camera on for your upcoming torpedo attack. It is already on. We will be firing a non-homing dumbfire Mark 16 torpedo. Your target is not moving, and several thousand yards directly north of your stationary submarine. I'm assuming this is the signature, right? Hang on, let me do this. That's the radar mast. That's the ECM mast. Right. That doesn't increase our the signature on the target anymore. Oh well. Please retract the additional periscopes. We do not need them. Okay, right. Okay, select a tube. Tubes at the bottom indicate all 4 tubes are loaded and ready to fire. Use F or left-click the torpedo icon to select which tube to be fired. Okay, this one. Place a waypoint. Ensure your submarine is visible on the mini-map, and use space to we'll set a waypoint. Bearing and range to the waypoint are displayed, and a blue line now appears on the mini-map, which follows your current mouse pointer. Okay, so, alright. Okay, so what do we got in here? Right. Simply move your mouse pointer around the mini-map, placing it directly over the target. The readout bearing should display approximately 0. Right, well, it does display 0. Rather, I can't really see anything or any information. Oh, right, it's down here. I couldn't actually see it because it's really fucking hard to see over the water. Right. Bearing 0. Right. Right-click to set the waypoint and fire. Map can be panned, zoomed, and centered while dragging the waypoint if needed. Use escape to cancel setting a waypoint. Okay. If all that well, your torpedo should run north and strike the target. Well, let's click on the thing and see what happens. Alright, well, there's our torpedo. Finally getting to the action. 23 minutes after the first episode has begun. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this is so slow, but this is a simulator. So obviously things are going to be a little bit ponderous, but hopefully we get into the hard-hitting tactical action. And, I don't know, shoot a bunch of Russians who are singing around in a submarine somewhere. Hopefully we'll get some theatrics by the time we actually play the campaign. But, well, let's see what our friend the torpedo can do here. This unassuming Russian ship seems to be lazing away. And... well. I think we got him! Alright. How's he look from the periscope? Well, he looks pretty dead on fire. Dead and on fire. Though, I think he's sinking, but let's be sure. We've got three more fucking torpedoes here. Alright. Let's make sure he's dead, folks. Alright. So we have 3 fish in the water. Running hot, straight, and loud. We have a stricken Russian naval vessel here, who unfortunately thought he could maneuver arms and munitions in my territory. And, well, he's already capsizing, so this may be a little bit excessive. XO, don't put this on the report. Huh? Oh. Okay, 1. 2. There's the 3rd one. Okay, that was actually unnecessary because he was already sinking, but, as I said, XO! Strike that from the record. Those 3 extra explosions were secondaries, and we lost the other 3 torpedoes. We don't know what happened to them. There was a shipping error. The, the boys at the supply depot gave us 3 less torpedoes than we needed. Well, 3 less torpedoes than they said they did. Right. Got it? Got it? Everybody good? Good. Okay. Well, that's our first victim. And we learned, well, a lot about what the hell we're going to be doing for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, this is one of those games where it's like, I know how to shoot and kill things, but now I'm sort of wondering, okay, so how do I manage that on top of actually moving my sub around? So this is going to be a bit of a thing. This is going to get really complex really quickly. But let's move on here. Alright. Ending combat. When ready to leave combat... Well, when ready, leave combat by using escape to enter the mission menu and end the mission. Abandon ship. May be attempted if your submarine is still intact and is currently above escape depth. If below escape depth, this option is not available. That means we're all going down in a steel coffin, folks. Options! Open game options, leave combat. Love what you just said that. Okay, well actually, end combat and go to the after action report. This option is available if you have broken contact with all enemy forces and there are no torpedoes or missiles nearby, and any flooding your submarine has sustained is under control. If your submarine reaches the map boundary, this option is always available. Okay, so basically, that's, you know, it's been a while since I've had a game like this. Whereas, if you just sail to the edge of the map, you can leave a bad engagement. Hooray! Okay, so back, return to combat. Once the mission menu, left-click, leave combat to end this mission and review the after action report. Okay, fine. Right. Alright, well, we killed everything. Abandon, well, no, not abandon ship. Leave combat. Okay. Okay. From the USS Lapon. After action report. Enemies engaged. 1. Sunk. Weapons remaining. 10 Mark 16s. 9 Mark 37s. System damage. None. And remember, we only had 11 Mark 19s.